The latest Ninjago, Dragon's Rising trailer confirms what many fans suspected. This is not the end of Thunderfang, the Dragon of Chaos. In fact, far from being defeated for good, Thunderfang is poised to return as the main threat in the next chapter of Dragon's Rising. The ninja will face perhaps their biggest challenge yet, as the Forbidden Five are on the hunt for the 5 prismatic blades needed to unleash this legendary Chaos Dragon and destroy the merged world. Today, we're diving deep into lore analysis, fan speculation, and everything we know about Thunderfang's return, and why his story is far from over. Thunderfang, also known as the Shattered Dragon of Chaos, is not your average Ninjago villain. Once the highest of the Arc Dragons from the First Realm, he served as a general in the War of Oni and Dragons and was even hailed as a war hero. But his pride and ambition led him down a dark path. Thunderfang possesses the element of chaos, meaning he can conjure devastating storms fueled by the souls of his fallen enemies, in his case, the Oni he defeated and absorbed. In fact, he secretly became the source of power for the Forbidden Five. 5 individuals whom he empowered with dark elemental abilities, anticipating they'd one day serve his plans. Despite his victories, Thunderfang was denied the honor he craved most, becoming a Source Dragon, basically one of the primordial guardian dragons of creation. Deemed unworthy by the existing Source Dragons, he grew bitter and vengeful. In an act of wrath, Thunderfang unleashed the winds of chaos on the sacred city of temples, attempting to annihilate the devout followers of the Source Dragons. This rampage was finally halted by the Arc Dragon of Focus, champion of the Source Dragons, who defeated Thunderfang in battle and imprisoned him deep beneath the ground of the First Realm, under what is now the Storm Village. Thunderfang remained chained and dormant there for ages, stewing in resentment. It's worth noting just how ancient and powerful Thunderfang truly is. He was born in the First Realm as a son of Firstborn, the primordial dragon, and is older than even the first Spinjitzu master. That makes him one of the oldest mortal dragons in Ninjago lore. In other words, the ninja aren't just up against some new upstart villain. They're facing an elder being of immense power and experience. No wonder the Source Dragons themselves were wary of him. For a long time, Thunderfang's menace was contained by his magical bonds, until the events of Dragon's Rising. The mysterious Forbidden Five, the very villains whose elemental powers originated from Thunderfang's chaos, re-emerged and sought to free their master. They scoured the realms for the 5 prismatic blades, the only objects capable of slicing through Thunderfang's enchanted chains. As each chain was cut, bizarre, chaotic weather plagued the land, a sign of Thunderfang's prison weakening. Eventually, the Forbidden Five succeeded. In an ominous ritual reminiscent of past Ninjago evils, think the Fang Blades unleashing the Great Devourer, they broke Thunderfang's final chains and released the Dragon of Chaos. Immediately, the world felt the consequence. If this evil dragon roams free, he can unleash chaos and storms, allowing the Forbidden Five to bring about the destruction of the merged Ninjago realms. However, the Forbidden Five got more than they bargained for. Rather than reward his liberators, Thunderfang betrayed them the moment he was freed. He devoured their very souls, one by one. In doing so, he absorbed the full power of the Forbidden Five for himself, making an already formidable dragon even stronger. With his new strength, Thunderfang engaged the ninja in battle, intent on exacting vengeance on the world that had rejected him. His goal was nothing less than to plunge the merged realms into chaos and eventually hunt down the Source Dragons who spurned him. It seemed nothing could stop the rampaging Shatter Dragon until a new hero stepped up. Aaron, one of the new generation of ninja, managed to pull off a shocking last-minute victory against Thunderfang. Armed with a special elixir from the Well of the Lost, Aaron struck Thunderfang down in their climactic confrontation. The elixir's magic released all the captive souls Thunderfang had consumed, including those of the Forbidden Five, and even a soul he had briefly taken from Lloyd. Deprived of his stolen power, Thunderfang's corporeal body calcified into stone, and then crumbled into light, seemingly vanquished. For the briefest moment, the ninja, and we viewers, might have believed that was the end of Thunderfang. After all, his physical form was destroyed. But as any seasoned Ninjago fan knows, ancient evil isn't defeated so easily, especially not by one victory. Indeed, Thunderfang's spirit lived on, and it was about to wage a whole new war from beyond the grave. Thunderfang's spirit was banished to a terrifying realm known as the Spectral lands, essentially the afterlife domain of ghosts. Rather than accept defeat, the Dragon of Chaos saw this as merely a new battlefield. In the Spectral lands, Thunderfang regained consciousness as a powerful ghost and immediately set about raising an army of the undead. He resurrected the Forbidden Five as ghosts under his command. Yes, the very same 5 he had eaten, now bound to serve him again in death, and also corrupted several dragon hunters into spectral dragonians. With this legion of phantoms, Thunderfang began harvesting souls across the realms, feeding on the life force of anyone unfortunate enough to cross his path. Each soul he consumes in his spectral form further fuels his strength and his ultimate goal, to evolve into a Source Dragon of Chaos and exact revenge on those who denied him. In a chilling proclamation, Thunderfang even roared to the heavens that he had reaped the soul of one of the Source Dragon's mortal conduits, a reference to stealing Lloyd's soul soul briefly, and would devour all of the Source Dragon's souls next. In other words, even the godlike dragons of creation are on Thunderfang's hit list now. He intends to usurp their power for himself. If he succeeds, Ninjago could fall under the dominion of an immortal chaos dragon, a nightmare scenario. Naturally, the ninja won't let that happen without a fight. Lloyd, Naya, Eren, and Sora, along with any allies they can gather, realize they must stop Thunderfang's ghostly rampage before he becomes unstoppable. According to the lore, the one thing that defeated Thunderfang in the ancient past was the Archdragon of Focus. Thus, the ninja devise a bold plan: reawaken that legendary two-headed dragon, who has slumbered since their last battle, to have a chance at countering Thunderfang's might. This is easier said than done. Thunderfang senses their plan and sends his spectral servants, the Ghost Five and others, to prevent the Archdragon's return. It's a race against time. Can the heroes bring back the Archdragon of Focus before Thunderfang completes his dark ritual? The new Dragon's Rising trailer gives us a tantalizing look at this conflict. We see evidence of Ghost Thunderfang still looming large as the central villain, ominous green storms, armies of ghosts, and our heroes bracing for battle. Dialogue in the official teaser describes how the Forbidden Five, now free of their initial prison, are intent on unlocking the source of their power, the Chaos Dragon Thunderfang, imprisoned beneath the First Land. Indeed, if this evil dragon breaks free, he will unleash chaos and storms across the merged realms. The stakes have never been higher for our ninja. Not only are they searching for their missing teammates scattered by the merge, they must also confront an undead dragon demigod hellbent on consuming the world's very soul. In short, Thunderfang is back, and he's more dangerous than ever. Why is Thunderfang's return such a big deal? For one, he stands among the most powerful foes the ninja have ever faced. Ninjago has a history of gigantic threats unleashed by villainous plots, from the Great Devourer in the early days, to the preeminent Queen of the Cursed Realm, to the serpentine sea monster Wajira. Thunderfang squarely belongs in this pantheon of world-ending beasts. In fact, the parallels are explicit. The Forbidden Five's quest to find 5 prismatic blades to free Thunderfang mirrors Pythor's hunt for the Fang Blades to unleash the Great Devourer, and Kalmar's scheme to awaken Wojira. But unlike those past monsters, Thunderfang has personal intelligence and vendetta. He's not just a mindless beast, but a cunning, vengeful warlord. He even one-upped his predecessors by immediately betraying his liberators, making him the first big bad since the Great Devourer to turn on those who freed him. This guy has no loyalty, only an insatiable lust for power and chaos. Just to underscore how formidable Thunderfang is, one of Ninjago's showrunners, Chris Doc Wyatt, has stated that Wajira is not more powerful than Thunderfang. Considering Wajira was essentially a giant storm god capable of drowning cities, that's saying something. Thunderfang's storms aren't just elemental weather. They embody primal chaos itself. His ability to absorb souls for power makes him a terrifying hybrid of dragon and phantom, potentially with no upper limit to how strong he can become. It's a safe bet that the ninja will need every advantage possible to confront him in the coming episodes. So what might we see in the next part of Dragon's Rising? Here are a few exciting possibilities and fan theories. Dragon versus Dragon showdown. All signs point to an epic confrontation between Ghost Thunderfang and the Archdragon of Focus. The Archdragon, a two-headed dragon of light and focus, is essentially Thunderfang's polar opposite. Trailer hints and leaked clips show what looks like an intense battle in the City of Temples between Thunderfang and the Archdragon, the same locale where they fought ages ago. This could be one of the most spectacular fights in Ninjago history. Imagine swirling chaos storms clashing with beams of focused energy in a fight of colossal beasts. It's a full circle moment, revisiting ancient history to determine Ninjago's future. The ninja's role, old powers and new. While two titanic dragons duel, our ninja heroes will surely be in the thick of it. Lloyd and Naya, as veterans, have experience fighting ghosts. Remember, Naya's water powers were instrumental in defeating the preeminent in Season 5. Fans speculate that Nia's abilities could once again be key to countering Ghost Thunderfang's armies. After all, traditionally water can purify or dispel cursed spirits. However, Thunderfang may be no ordinary ghost, so the question is whether Nia's powers alone would be effective. Meanwhile, Eren and Sora bring fresh tricks to the table. Eren demonstrated a creative spinjitzu burst, and he's the one who took Thunderfang down the first time, and Sora has her innovative tech-based powers. They might need to combine all their skills, new and old, to contain the Chaos Dragon. There's even a toy set figure labeled Dark Merge Eren, which has sparked theories that Eren could undergo a dramatic change or power-up during this conflict, perhaps tapping into dark chaos energy or facing a trial of corruption. Keep an eye on Eren's character development. Since he was so pivotal in Thunderfang's initial defeat, he might be destined to play a crucial role in the final showdown as well. Allies from unexpected places. Given Thunderfang's threat extends to the cosmic level, he's literally targeting the Source Dragons, it wouldn't be surprising if we see help arrive from ancient or mystical sources. The Source Dragons themselves might intervene or channel power through the ninja. Recall that Thunderfang calls the Source Dragons cosmic frauds and wants to consume consume them. The stage is set for some direct involvement of these godlike beings. Additionally, fans have theorized about the possible return of characters like Firstborn, the mother of all dragons. As Thunderfang's own mother, Firstborn's spirit or influence could come into play, perhaps empowering the Archdragon of Focus or the ninja to stop her wayward son. Another intriguing angle: Thunderfang's hatred for the Oni. He absorbed countless Oni souls in the war. If any Oni or Oni-blooded characters, such as Garmadon or Lloyd's Oni side, come into play, that could be used against Thunderfang. We know he gained strength by eating Oni souls. What if an Oni turned the tables on him somehow? This is speculative, but it shows how deep the lore rabbit hole goes, and Dragons Rising has been all about merging realms and story threads, so nothing's off limits. The fate of the Forbidden Five. These 5 villains have had a wild ride. Empowered by Thunderfang long ago, manipulated into freeing him, then killed and turned into his ghost servants. It's tragic and a bit ironic for them. Some fans wonder if the Forbidden Five might ultimately rebel or be freed from Thunderfang's control. Since Aaron's elixir freed their souls once, perhaps a similar light or goodness could break the Chaos Dragon's hold on them in the end. It would be poetic justice if his own lieutenants turned on him at a critical moment. For now, though, they are very much his pawns. But those pawns could become wildcards in the final battle. World in peril. Expect the new episodes to really show the merged realms in chaos. With Thunderfang gathering souls, we could see scenes of villages with inhabitants drained of life, or swirling supernatural storms trapping people. As LEGO's description teased, supernatural winds trapping the ninja. The stakes will feel high and urgent. There's even an official description that when each chain in Thunderfang's prison is cut, strange weather increases. By now, all chains are broken, so the merged world might be reeling under never-ending storms of chaos. Visually and story-wise, this gives our heroes a ticking clock to stop Thunderfang's ritual before permanent damage is done to their world. It's an apocalyptic scenario reminiscent of past season finales, which is exactly what we fans live for. In sum, the hype is real. Thunderfang's return brings together classic Ninjago elements, ancient lore, mythical creatures, intense elemental showdowns, and heartfelt teamwork, all under one storyline. This dragon isn't just a one-off villain. He ties into the very fabric of Ninjago's history and the balance between creation and destruction. As a character, he offers serious lore depth, a fallen war hero dragon with a god complex, as well as immediate stakes, a ghost who can literally eat your soul. For us theory crafters, he opens up so many questions. Will the ninja need to travel into the Spectral lands themselves? Could the final battle restore the separated realms, or further merge them? And could defeating Thunderfang require a sacrifice? Maybe the Archdragon of Focus giving its life, or a ninja unlocking some new form of power? One thing is certain, Thunderfang's story isn't over. It's entering its most thrilling chapter yet. The upcoming Dragons Rising episodes will show us whether the ninja can contain chaos itself and put an end to Thunderfang's ambitions once and for all. Or will the Dragon of Chaos finally achieve the godhood he sought for millennia, plunging Ninjago into unending storm and shadow? The answers await when Ninjago Dragons Rising returns. Until then, stay tuned, keep those theories coming, and brace yourselves, because the Dragon of Chaos is rising once again, and Ninjago will never be the same.